Sup? So, you can't really tell in the video, but obviously I've just got my car in bits. I decided to work outside and it's starting to rain. Basically I'm gonna weld on a new flange for the wastegate, wherever that is. That's one flange. It's on the floor. So I've got another 2-bolt flange. I'm going to weld that on straight on top of the old flange, and also for the clearance issue around the, you can see like where it's kinked, where I had to cable tie it back, and also noticed I had a bit of blue smoke coming out when you get back on the throttle after overrun. Bit of blue for the dads was coming out the exhaust, which could be because it's pinching, but I also noticed that I think the oil level is above my drain in the sump, which is crazy because the drain point is as high up on the sump as I can get it. So don't really understand what's going on there. And what it probably, I don't know, like obviously the car's jacked up at quite an angle, so a decent amount of oil is going to come out of the sump there. Got a can full of oil somewhere, that's how much oil will come out. It's like 2 litres. Yeah, I'm going to get on and do that. For anyone that hasn't seen this before, this is my turbo manifold that I made. It's pretty ghetto, but it's going to, well, I know it works perfectly fine. Car drives lovely. But this flange is warped from filling this gap with weld. What I should have done is welded the flange to a tube and then notched the tube to match the manifold. This is where the wastegate was before. So the wastegate's been here, 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 and then back here again. Well, I'm going to get this apart and get the flange tacked on. Little pro tip, but when you put all your silicone stuff off after you've been handling it with greasy hands, did I say silicone or stainless? When you put all your stainless stuff on, give it a good wipe down, get all the oily hands off, and then it'll colour up nicely and you won't have oily fingerprints burnt in. I'm just using panel prep for painting, but anything will work, solvent based. I'm all back together and just buttoning stuff up. Got that wastegate gasket leak should be fixed. Hopefully. I need to check that I haven't got an oil leak from my turbo feed, the T-piece that I put in there, because it was a little bit suspect when I was doing it up. I'm topping up my gear oil. In fact, I'm changing it for a thicker oil. Because it's a little bit whiny, but that could be because I drove it around the field for 10 minutes with no oil in it whatsoever, because I'm an idiot. And then underneath here, if you remember, there was like no clearance for the drain, but now we have ample, but then I have less clearance here for the downpipe. I can still get my finger through there. I think it'll be fine because I've got heat shield on there, and yeah, I think it'll be fine. Screamer's got a little bit more room. It was hitting the gearbox and now it's not, but I actually want to plumb it back, but I'm planning on plumbing it back in somewhere back here maybe, or maybe on this elbow. Haven't decided yet. To be honest, it's not that audible from inside the car. But yeah, I'm kind of over screamer pipes on road cars. It's not blowing anymore. Woohoo! Right. It's starting to irritate me having all this stuff kicking around and getting damaged, and all like the bonnet and all the parts, and I've got a room at home full of parts, and I've got the engine there, it's just getting covered in shit. And if I was to pull my finger out and get the front end done and then find the money to get the paint, I probably only need another couple of litres of paint. It's all done underneath. I've just got inside, outside, front end to do, and then at least, even if I don't paint the panels can go back on. So yeah, that's the plan. I think I'm just going to have a quick tidy up in here so that I'm in a bit better order. I mean, as long as I get on with something, no matter what I do, I could do a bit to this, I could do a bit to that, or I could start putting rods in my spare engine. But I'm not really that fussed at the moment. to play around with engines, and I've kind of had enough of working on the silver micra for a little bit. I feel like I need a break from it, although, you know, I've still got to work on it every day because it's a fresh project, so I've got all the little niggly problems to get through. But yeah, I don't think there's any point putting an engine in until I've got a CRV gearbox. Did I say that out loud? Yeah. If you know of any K20 CRV gearboxes, let me know, because I kind of want one ASAP, because I can't go any further with the Micra until I get a CRV box, and then I can see if it's actually going to fit, and that will determine where I go from then on. So, right, I might report back in a bit. This might be the end of the video, I don't know. Right, quick little update before I get out of here for the night. I've chopped it, sleeved it, welded it, plated it. This is a bit of a fail because I should be ditching these tubes because it's extra weight that I don't need, but I'm plating across and plating across, plating across, and basically making a new upper rail, and then I'm gonna, you know, tie all that in so it's all, you know, like a proper strut tower like you would have in an S-body or something like that. Something that's a bit more legit instead of shit. Anyway, that's enough for this one today. I'm going to get out of here. I want to go home and watch the downhill mountain biking. So, I think we're going to end up with a super mega long video because I've probably got about 3 or 4 videos worth of footage to edit. But I was looking online. One of my friends, in fact it was Stav at Stav Tech, he said he had some bigger injectors for me. But looking at the pictures, they look like they won't really fit. But he mentioned that they were decapped, and if I'm honest, completely didn't even think about decapping. Totally forgot about it, even though decapping was something I was going to do on the previous engine until I got the big injectors. Anyway, I looked on Honda Tech forums, and according to there, these 270s decapped end up being 490s with a fairly decent spray pattern. As you can see, I'll try and get in. See that? It's a little bit of tin. It's lipped up on the edge there. And then if you look, you can see that it's friction, or not friction welded, but welded around the periphery there. And yeah, I'm just like using a flap disc, flapping them back until they're gone. You've got to be really, really careful and take it really slow because it looks like they're not coming off and then all of a sudden they disappear. And if you go much further, you're going to be into the valve itself. So hopefully I'm going to end up with 490s and I'll be able to turn the boost up a little bit. So I'm going to carry on doing these, and then I'm going to install them, and then we're going to fire it up and see what happens. But today I really should be getting on with this thing. Got to weld it up for the customer. All the rust. I've put an MX-5 engine in it. I haven't been able to get it running because I don't know how to wire up the immobilizer stuff. I wish it could just fit an aftermarket ECU, but, and then obviously with this is what I'm working on here. Yeah, whether I'll get back to this today or not, I don't know. Got a few jobs I want to do on the Micra, which is out here, but mainly just injectors. And whilst I've got the bonnet open, I might take the bonnet off and helicoil one of the threads that's knackered on the hinge. So yeah, report back in a bit. Got the old silencer fitted, and I put a flexi in there just because I was having a right mare getting it all connect with the V-band at the front and the V-band at the middle, and I've made a few cuts and I'm being kind of lazy, and it was quicker to put in a flexi than it was to mock it all up and weld it all up on the car. But I'm happy enough. It's a bit low, but to be honest, I think I'm going to raise the car up a bit at the front anyway. The back ride height's about right, but in a sec I will, oh, and I need to put some hangers on, but I want, got a bit of a clanking at the back there, I want hangers on it because if the downpipe or something breaks, the exhaust will stay on the car and won't drag. So hangers, and maybe a hanger at the front, although still got screamer pipe to plumb in, but it's not that, it's just a bit of a pain in the ass because I've got to go in somewhere around on this bend or something, but I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see actually. There's a scream alert, so it's got to come down to here, so I'll probably put it down there somewhere so I can come out around the mount, and I'll probably put a flexi on it. The idea was a flexi, that big 3-inch flexi was going to go up somewhere up there, but there's just so little room, so it's gone down there. I'm going to put another flexi for the screamer pipe and get the screamer pipe plumbed in, because it's just, I basically drive between my dad's village and my village, and it just annoys people when I hoon it, and if I plumb it back in, no one will be the wiser. By the way, I didn't just do that. That was literally just to jack the wheel up into the arch to get the axle out of the way. I did have another stand matching that one, which is over there. So I keep seeing this squirrel and he's massive. He's such a unit. Look at him go. Just like pick up an apple and start munching on it like it's nothing. It's awesome being out here with all the wildlife. Love it. I don't actually believe I've given a full update on the engine bay as it stands at the moment, and I'm not really doing much to it at the moment. I'm just driving it every day and it seems to be going really well. That's the water tank that you would have seen me fabricating in earlier video footage, whether it was this video or one before. At the moment I've got like a video that's 23 minutes long, and I need to either split it down or just finish it as a really long video. So I was actually fabricating this tank in that video, and it's just a water tank, and then I'm using 400 series hose from XO Racing, which is just a push fit hose, but I'm also using Jubilee clips just to retain those. Got those clips from XO as well, and I got this from XO Racing, this cap, so that I could just run the one breather hose. And as you can see, I've welded up. You can even see where I've welded it up because it still looks like it needs a bit more weld and a bit more flapping back. But yeah, that's that, and I don't believe there's really anything else to report on. the charge cooler system for how I'm using the car works absolutely superb for the moment. Yesterday when I was in traffic, the temps got up to 52, but dropped to 30 degrees and below like really quick as soon as I got moving again. I need to put a fan. If I put a fan on there, then it would certainly stay a lot cooler than 50 degrees. And the engine is like hanging around 88, 89. It might want topping up. Like every now and again I need to top it up on coolant. It's obviously got like a leak somewhere, but yeah, you can see it needs a little, but it won't take much. It'll take like a pint or so. And then the turbo is working superb. There seems to be like a tiny bit of play, but I think that's normal for a journal bearing turbo. But apart from that, everything seems to be working great. The silencer smashes against the bottom of the car every time you like go down a gear, or you're on and off the throttle a bit choppy, but I think that's just because where the flexi is. It's a bad idea. I need to do something about that. But yeah, apart from that, it's going really, really well. The handling's a bit dicey. It's quite torque steery. Definitely needs a slip diff, and I definitely need to do something about the alignment, get that better. Don't know how long the tyres are going to last, but might need to go to 15s. I think the car will top out about 130 mile an hour with this current setup. Well, at the moment, I'll quickly show you in here, I've got the VTEC relay is out, and I'm just feeding it 12 volts, so it's basically always on VTEC. However, it doesn't actually have enough oil pressure to engage VTEC all the time, so VTEC comes on when you start moving, get going. I don't know when you don't really feel it come in at all. It just, I don't know, it's not very aggressive cam, so my plan is to put pins in the rockers and lock them together so that it's permanently engaged on VTEC. And yeah, it's a lot quieter with the plumbed in wastegate, and also with the extra silencer. It's superb, love it. Anyway, that's going to be enough of an update for now. Whether I'll chop this into another video or what, I don't know, but I will catch you guys soon. I'm sure there was something else I had to speak about in this video, I don't know, but anyway, that turbo is sick, I love it.